Hey there. Hang on a second. Let me get myself in on the laptop. Let me get out of your way so you're not staring in my eyes. There I am. Okay. Hi. My name is Wendy Keys Turnbull. I can't quite get it high enough. And this is I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is my regular Wednesday Night Live with Wendy. So, okay, this is week 2 of my 4-week fun folds that I cased from, Jackie Buchholz, I think it was, or Jackie Bullheis. I'm pretty sure that's who I did it from. Hi, Jackie Gideon. Glad to see you're watching. In just a second, I'm going to flip down. And today I'm using a new product that is not available till January. It is, let me see here. One of them is an online exclusive and the other one is out of the January-April mini catalogs. So let me just switch you right down and we will get started. I've got to check and see how this is going. Okay, I got to move the light here so it's not shining on everything. Okay, I think that's pretty good. It's a little crooked. It's going to, hang on, let me do this instead. Oh, come on, don't fight me. Okay, it's going to have to be good enough. All right, let's see how it looks on there. I can probably pull it in a little bit. So I see a lot of me is showing. See what happens here. Okay, I think we're ready. So this is the sample of what I'm going to be making today. What did Jackie call it? She didn't call it anything. It's just number 2 of 4 fun folds. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to use this stamp set, Delightful Wishes. And I already went ahead and used the new embossing folder from the online exclusives, plaster painting for part of it. All right, so let me get started right in here. Let me grab my, here, there we go. All right, wonder where everybody is. It's unusual to not have people logged in already. But they will catch up. Okay, put this up here, out of the way. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we have, the card base is 11 by 4 1/8. Not 4 1/4, 4 1/8. And we are going to, let me move the embossing folder out of the way since I don't need it. Okay, we are going to score on the shorter end at 2 7/8. Too far away for you to be able to see. 2 7/8. Sure, I'm using the scoring blade. Then we're going to flip it around and we are going to score it at 2 3/4. So one flap is going to be just slightly bigger than the other. The 2 7/8 is just 1/8 of an inch bigger. Okay, so now we have this. So we're going to do this. We're going to fold it like this and use my foam folder to score it. Okay, and I want the bigger flap on the top. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So for my sample, I did not put anything under here, but for this I'm going to, and I just realized I forgot to cut the square out, but that's easy. We can decide together what color I should cut it out. So the designer series paper that I'm using is this one that is in the celebration catalog that's coming up in January. It's called Bloom Impressions. And I am using this piece right here. And that's going to go on the bottom here. And this is going to go on the top. So what this is just the reverse of that one. And then I ran it through the embossing folder, the painted plaster that I just showed you. Okay, so let me go ahead and put those on first. and then we'll get started. Oops, that's the one. I prefer my Stampin' Seal Plus to my Stampin' Seal. Whoops, Stampin' Seal is for when I run out of the Stampin' Seal Plus and I don't feel like getting up and filling it right away. Hi, Susie, thank you. They're Color Street. My Color Street person used to be in Tennessee, and she got out of it. It was a friend of a friend. And when she got out of it, every time I went, I gotta see which one this is going on. Every time I went on to Color Street to order more, they wanted to give me a new demonstrator in Tennessee. And I finally found one in Victor. So, okay, so this one's gonna go here. We're just putting a very narrow edge around it. There we go. All right, and then this one is gonna go on the top. I'm gonna use glue for this one. It's gonna be a little bit easier. Let me just pop this. Somewhere here I have. Let's use this. Gotta open it up because it's been sitting for over a week, so I gotta make sure glue isn't stuck. Ah! Glue is stuck in there. Okay. There we go. Whoops. Just fell out of its holder. All right. There we go. Okay. So, come on, you come out. There we go. Now it's starting. Just gotta get running. I wonder if my glue bottle's getting empty. Could be. Okay. To my combo, because I know that that's going to work. Oops. Okay. Susie, did you know that I booked a party off of your Pampered Chef party? Oops, got glue on my graph paper. Oh well. Okay. Same thing with this one. It's just going to have a small amount of the card base showing around it. Okay. So for the center, I'm using these colors. I'm using Blackberry Bliss, Petunia Pop, and Bubble Bath. So I think I'm going to put, get down there. I think I'm going to put a Petunia Pop rectangle on there, or square on there. Nah, I'll do Blackberry Bliss. It'll be pretty that way. Let me grab a piece of Blackberry Bliss out of here, though. It needs to be 2 and something. 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. I don't think this one's big enough. I don't think so. There's a lot of those in here. Here we go. All right. Two 3/4. Perfect. By 2 3/4. Okay. So this is going to go on here just halfway. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm only going to put glue on half of it. Now let's try this again. This was working beautifully a couple weeks ago. I think the glue is getting low in it. I'll have to put some more Tombow in it. Looks like it's pretty well empty. Oh well, that's probably enough to hold it. If it isn't, I'll worry about it later. About halfway. Okay. All right, now for this, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a wishing up here. And that is going to be done with Petunia Pop. If I can find where I put the pieces. There's so much stuff on this desk, you guys. It's the scrap paper out of the way. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's the extra. Now I know I cut pieces. Did I? I probably threw it back in there. That's odd. All right, let me just grab some more. Weird. Okay, so is this Petunia Pop? No, it is not. This is Melon Mambo. I know that. Oh, let's just get a fresh piece out. I know I got one out. I just don't know where I put it. Oh, right here. Okay. This one actually needs to go on the inside of the card. Right here like this. So let's do that first. Although probably I shouldn't. I probably should decorate it before I put it on. But I have faith that I'm going to do it right. So somebody's got to have faith in me doing it right. All right. That's going to go right here. And this piece is, let me just check my notes. This is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay. Now to decorate the outside, I'm going to take this and I'm going to take, that was the right one there. So my Petunia Pop is not out here. Huh. Oh, right here. Okay. I forgot that I brought out long pieces. Okay, so I'm going to use those. This actually has to go on the back of here. You want to back it. So we're going to put it right here. I'm going to go ahead and tape runner on the back of the card. Wish I was better at seeing where I'm putting it. So that's the one problem with being left-handed. I say that almost every week, that you have to put your head over it to see what you're doing. And I don't want to put my head in front of you guys, over you guys, where you can't see what I'm doing. So, okay. I'm just going to leave a little border again. Perfect. Okay. Good. There's a little bit of tape there. I'll take care of that later. All right. So now, what to do on here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cut Wishing out of this and the shadow for Wishing out of this. So I could stamp Wishing, and I'm going to do that on the inside. Let's show you what I'm doing, but let's get these cut first. So I'm just going to real quick, like, cut a sliver off of each of these. Just let me make sure that these fit. Yes, they do. Okay. So I'm just going to cut. Let's see here. How long this? I think it has to be like 1.5 inches. I'll do 2 inches just to be safe. 2 inches off of each of these. It's not really all that important. Okay. So that way I can use the mini. It won't take up the whole thing. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Maybe. Nope, that's in. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, Wishing will be out of the Petunia Pop. And the shadow of that will be, let's see if I can do this, fit them both on here without double cutting. No, I probably can't, but that's okay. It won't hurt anything. And then the shadow will be out of the Blackberry Bliss. There we go. All right. Sorry about shaking everything. Okay. Wishing. And we've got the Wishing shadow. All right. Get this out of the way. We are going to need this again, so it won't go too far. Just right here. Move myself over a little. Okay, so that, let's go back in here. Can't remember where I had it. Hopefully that's right. And let's get this out of here. Oops, I see I'm going to have to make sure I get that dot from my eye out of there and don't lose it. All right. And oop, the dot fell out. Who knows where it went? It's got to be nearby. Maybe here somewhere. Oh no, it's still in there. It is still in there. One of them is in there, the other one fell out. I wonder where it fell to. That's okay. We'll just use something else. Get those out of there. Get this out of here. Got this out of here. There we go. I think I can get away with using that as a dot. Throw those away. Okay. All right. I'm never going to find it if it's down there, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so this is where I really need this, so let me see. No, it's not empty. All right. Must just be a lot of hardened stuff in the way. All right, so let me grab a pair of tweezers. I like the kind that stay shut. You have to squeeze them to open them. They're much easier to use on something like this. Let's see, I'm going to put it right here. Turn it upside down. Hi, Collie. Yay, somebody came on. Somebody else came on. All right. So I only want a little bit of glue on this anyhow, because I don't want it to leak out all over my Blackberry Bliss shadow. But I do want to make sure that every piece is going to stick. So... Okay. Come on. At some point, this is just going to explode. I can feel it. Just all the glue suddenly going to ooze out. Hopefully not in the middle of something like this. Okay, and then we're going to get this lined up here. And the important thing is to use glue so that you can move it around while it's still wet before it dries. Sure you can. Should be able to. Doesn't want to move. Well, which is weird since I didn't put that much glue on it. Okay. That one doesn't want to move, but everything else seems okay. Now let's get these teeny tiny little dots. This is going to be fun. So I'm going to put the glue on here. A little there. A little there. I'm going to take this. These are both flipped over. They're so tiny. All right, that one's the way it needs to be now. I'm going to put that one on the first eye. This one is, yep, I got it. Okay. Oops. Please stay on there, dot. Okay, and then put this one back over. Flip over. Nope, it did not flip over. There we go. This one's a little bigger, so it's not really the eye, the dot for the eye. It's really something from one of the other, inside of one of the other letters. But it works. Okay. Whoops, wrong end. All right, so this is going to go up here. I like the way that looks. So we're going to go ahead and glue that on there. Try it again. It's acting like it wants to work. Ah, there, some hard stuff just came out. Let's see what happens here. There we go. Now it's working the way it's supposed to. Okay. This really helps with my arthritis in my hands to use this. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Aunt Bev. Good. Good to see more people on. So, okay. This is going here. I'm going to put it at an angle because I want it to be all on. Oh, but I do want it centered. Put it at an angle. Okay. It doesn't have enough glue, I don't think. Yeah, it'll stay. Okay. So now we have to do something. Well, before we do that, let's do the inside. All right. So on the inside, I am going to use Petunia Pop to stamp Wishing. This is a very wet. Okay, I'm going to put this up here at the top. Very wet ink pad. Okay. All right. Clean that off. Set it. Oops. Let's clean the block itself off too. Okay. We'll set that one aside. And let's go back to the front, and I'll do the rest of that in a few minutes because I want to show you what I'm going to do on the front. So now we're going to take this little piece of Bubble Bath. Excuse me. And we are going to stamp a sentiment to go with Wishing in Blackberry Bliss. And the sentiment we're using on the outside is wishing you all the best. Let me see if I can get that straight because it's pretty messed up right now. All right, that looks pretty good. I'm going to put it right here. And then we're going to cut it out with, I didn't get that out, must be. All right, let me grab that. And we're going to cut it out with the little banner die. And clean that so it doesn't stain any more than it's going to stain. Hi, Sharon. Good to see you here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut this out like this. I didn't center it very well, but it'll do. In with the mini, because it's so much easier to use the mini on your desktop when you're on. Ah, yes. Really? Better in a couple of days. Glutamine sulfate. Glutamine sulfate. I'm going to have to look at that. Oops. Okay. Get that on there carefully. Don't let it move. There we go. Okay. It's kind of down at the bottom, but it's okay. It will do. Okay. It's out of the way. Put this back in here. All right, this we're going to pop on the bottom here. I don't know if I want it centered, if I want it over here, if I want it, I'm going to center it. And to pop this, I'm going to go ahead and use foam strips instead of using dimensionals, because this way I can do it with just one instead of putting a few across it. So we'll do that. There we go. Put that off. It's going to go right down here. Oops, not quite centered yet. There's that. Now to decorate. Oh, first let me go on the inside. So I've got wishing you all the best on the outside. On the inside, I'm going to say wishing you were here. And this is going to be right here. And then I have room to write a little note. So, in case you guys didn't know, one of my best friends moved to Tennessee a few years ago. And every once in a while, I'll drop a friendship card in the mail to her. Your here goes here. Wishing goes up here. This is definitely a girly card. Obviously, you could do it in more masculine colors for a man. I just felt like using, I really liked this paper. Reminded me of lilacs, even though it's not lilacs, it just reminded me of lilacs. So, okay, now for the decoration on the front, for the pièce de résistance. We are going to make some flowers and cut them out. Ouch! Got a piece of something down my nail, between my nail into my nail bed, and it hurts. Okay, so the flowers themselves will be bubble baths. Nice light color. I don't know how inky this pad is. It kind of looks dry. Okay. I gotta put it down here because I've got to make sure that I can get a couple of the sets of leaves in too. So it's very, very light, but you can see it. And then the insides of the flowers are going to be, well, I was going to do them Blackberry Bliss, but I'm thinking maybe Petunia Pop would look better. It's going to be a really radical difference if I use the Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so I did it that way. Let me clean this. Oh, you know what? Let me just take it off of there so it's not in the way. I'm going to move this one up. Okay. And I've got to make sure, yep, that's the right way. And it might have been easier to do the insides first and then put the solid color over it. I can never decide which is better. All right, let's see what we can do here. I might have to get my head in the way a little bit so I can make sure that I'm lining this up. I think that's as good as it's going to be. Let's see what happens here. Oh, nice. Look at that. Not too bad. It's a little bit off down here. That one's almost perfect, so I don't know how this one's off, but it is a little bit off down there. But that is okay. Just means it's a Wendy original. We all know about those. Okay. Set that aside. And we'll do a couple of leaves in Lost Lagoon. So I find myself using Lost Lagoon for foliage lately. I'm going to do a couple up here so I can cut them out as well. I can only cut one at a time, so I'll have to cut those twice. So, all right. Clean that off real quick. Okay. Our little machine back here again. We'll do it this way this time. Okay, so. Here, I believe that is that one. Yes, it is. And then we'll do one set of leaves. As close as I can. Okay. Oop. If you can get a grip, get them into place and get a nice grip on them before you get them into the machine, you usually can keep them right where they need to be. Hi, Vicki. Well, right now you're watching live, but you'll have to watch the replay for the rest of it. So, all right, and then this one. Get these other leaves. Oops, there's a couple of flowers under there that I do not want to cut again, so let me get those out. All right, actually let me just take that right out from that, and let's just do this. Okay. There we go. Get that all done. Okay, so these, so you see that die that's all one piece actually cuts things out individually. So the 3 in the middle are together, and then the 4 outside are individual. So I'm going to, actually, if I wanted to line it up, let me show you what I would do. Put them back in here. Let's see, that's that one there. Ouch, darn it. Hurts when I stick stuff up my finger. That there. Oops. This one over here. This one right here. I'm going to put some dimensionals on there. Up. Stay on there. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? First thing I'm going to do, no, this probably isn't long enough. Now that I've got those on there, I'm going to stick them all to make sure they stay where I put them. Hopefully, we'll see what we can do here. So I want as many of them to stay in there as can, so that when I flip it, all right, so use up the remainders of my dimensionals. Let's see here. Let me cut this one in half. Get my gummy scissors. Should always have a separate pair of scissors for gummy stuff that you would never use on your card making, other than to cut gummy stuff. This might be too big. Let's see here. Yeah, cut this one in half too. All right. Put one here. And we'll put one in here. And we just need 2 more little ones. One for here. Oops. Stuck to my finger. Sure did. Put it back in there. I probably should have put the tape on there before. So I'm going to have to use a mini dimensional on this one. It's not big enough. All right. Dimensional, right? All right. See what happens here. We're experimenting. Thanks, Vic. Yeah, I like them too. Okay. Oops. He's stuck. This is not going to work. I can tell you right now, when I pick this up, they're going to fall out. I don't know why this one's not sticking. It's got plenty of surface touching the sticky part, or that could be touching the sticky part. This one here is going to fall out, though, no doubt. Where was I here? All right. Never mind. It's okay. And here. And here. Okay. So let me see what I can do here. I really want to have most of these stay in the shape that they're in. Problem is these are so sticky. I'm getting my hands on them. Okay, put this one back in here. I'm working like down in the corner of my thing here. That is definitely not going to go in and stay. So we're going to leave those 2 out. See what we can do here. Well, that's okay. All right, so let's see what we got here. Beautiful. Okay, then this one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of look at them. So this one goes like this. Right there. All right. Oh no, that one flipped upside down and stuck to the paper. Still sticky. All right, so this one. Go that way. Which way is it? It's got to be that way. Yep. That's going to go there. And then this one is going to go right under here, right about there. Beautiful. And then we're going to take our 2 little leaf sets and we're going to do the same thing with those. Put a little dimensional on them. If they don't stick to my fingers. Thanks, Kathy. I think this might be one of the cards that we make in January. We might use different phrasing, though. I haven't decided yet. All right, so this one's going to go here. And obviously, this one's going to go on the other end here. All right. So actually, I wish, oh, it's not really stuck. I'd like to bring this down a little further so it is more of an edge over there. All right, so we have wishing you all the best, and you open up and it says wishing you were here. And that, so let me get the sample back. So this was the sample, and again, I cased these from Jackie Bullheis, and I have 2 more weeks of them. One will be interrupted by a paper pumpkin probably, but I had 4 fun fold cards that I wanted to show you. And this is number 2. And I don't know if you remember last week's, but it's right here, so I will show it to you. This one was last week's. Notice I was doing all Christmas sort of stuff. I decided that maybe it's too close to Christmas to do another Christmas card. That's why I decided to do this one. All right, so this is last week's. This is the first fun fold that we did. And this is fun fold number 2, and I love this. All right, there you go. I'm thinking I might have liked that better with bubble bath there. I may just make another bubble bath wishing and put it over there and see what I think. So that is that. I'm going to flip you back over and look at you, which means I'm going to flip you up to the ceiling here. I'm going to flip you back around so I can talk to you. Okay. So coming up on January 7th, there will be new online exclusives. There will be new kits, and there will be the mini catalog. If you haven't received a mini catalog, I don't think I didn't have them sent out this time. I have them here. So if you would like me to send you one or save one for you, just let me know. Aunt Bev, I have one for you. Kathy, I can have one for you too. Collie, I have one for you. Vicki, you've got your own already, so I don't have to worry about that. But if anybody doesn't have one and would like one, just let me know, because I ordered a pack or 2 of them so that I would have extras to hand out. So let me see what else. Oh, you know what? I was going to put some of these. These are in the Celebration catalog too, and they're in purples. They are purple adhesive back sequins. I was going to put a couple of those on there. I might just do that. I will show it to you when I'm all done with it. So, what else? There will be some time that I'll be gone in January, and there will be some time that I'll be gone in March. So I won't be doing classes, and I will let you know well ahead of time. I do have the schedule made for the 2025 classes, and I will give them out as well, along with the mini catalogs. And I will also post one on here. I have had it all done for a couple weeks. I don't know why I haven't posted it yet. Anyhow, Merry Christmas to you too, Kathy. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy stamping. I will see you all here next week. Not on Christmas. Well, I might do Christmas night. If not, I'll do it on Thursday. But I might do Christmas night because everybody will be gone by then. So, love you guys. See y'all soon. Bye-bye.